Hello, we got 4 new units with mastery, so let's take a look at them. They are all chivalric units, so spear sergeants, men-at-arms, squires and domain spearmen. The men-at-arms got already a lot of coverage because they are incredibly strong with their mastery, so I don't really want to spend a lot of time talking about them because there is a lot of videos already, so yeah. But what they got is that during the cover commander they do small charges, and from what I understand they actually count as a charge, so if you get the charge doctrines they should improve it even more, and they passively heal while you use cover commander. It basically makes them very strong because if you are not able to punch through their healing then you just cannot kill them, and they deal a lot of damage right now. I will show it later. So, the spear sergeants, they also get the healing during the cover commander, basically the same thing as men-at-arms, and they got this repel. I had a hard time understanding what it does, but what I found is that when they advance, by default they are not attacking, and with this mastery they actually start attacking during the advance. And that's it. And for the squires, they get a new skill, which is basically the second charge. It doesn't count as a charge in terms of doctrine, so you cannot reduce its cooldown and things like that. But they also get the second mastery, which makes that when you use the first charge, then you reduce cooldown of the second one and vice versa. So basically you use one charge to reduce the cooldown of the second one. It's okay because the squires depend on the charges because they get the buffs after the charge, and it works in both cases, so they get increased damage and defenses, but they aren't that strong. So I think in the silver era they should be okay because they were kinda okay even without the mastery. But they are mostly just the damage sponges, they don't really kill much. So having second charge makes them a bit better, but nothing crazy. And the main spears have very similar thing to the spear sergeants. They also have this advance, which by default had no attacks, and now they attack during the advance. And they also get buffed to their skill. If you don't know, they have the skill where they stow their shields and do a big damage attack, but it's very slow and they often just cancel it, so it's not really reliable. But when I got the mastery it's a bit better, and I think they might be usable in the silver era because they actually did a lot of damage, and they not sure if they get some penetration bonuses or they just ignore armor, but they deal a lot of damage even to heavy armors. So yeah, they might be good, but I didn't test them in regular matches yet. Let's get into unit training and see how it looks. Okay, let's start with spear sergeants. I got them a bit damaged, so let's check out the healing. When I activate the cover commander, they just heal up, and they heal up quite quickly. So yeah, pretty good. And the advance. It's not very useful against shields because they don't have that much block break, but yeah, as you can see they do one big damage stab and then they just attack normally. So you don't really want to keep them in this advanced mode after this first stab. But I think it could be quite a big burst of damage, if you manage to hit somebody who was maybe lone hero. And yeah, that's it, pretty simple. Okay, and domain spears. Let's start with the advance because it's basically the same as spear sergeants. They move up, they do the stab, and they just attack normally. And you have the special skill, which it has a long charger, but when they do it, it's very high damage. I don't know if you saw that, but they hit for 500 with normal attacks and over 3000 with this stuff. So it could actually kill somebody, but the wind-up is very slow, so it's easy to stop them before they actually attack. You could do this advance into stab. I guess it could be quite a lot of damage. 3000 hits, and as I said, they are hitting heavy armors also for very big numbers. Yeah, it could work. I would say, but how I see it, it's very easy to just jump on them and daze all of them. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna work against heroes, or in fact against shielded units. Not sure if they could fight like that against, for example, prefecture guards, because I don't think they would work at all in the purple era, but in silver era matches maybe. And yeah, that's it for them. Let's move on to the Squires. Okay, so for the Squires, the first thing, they got the second dispersed formation, which I think is a bug. No, not sure, maybe it's something for the new season, but it's very odd. It acts a bit like cover commander of Mace Sergeants. But yeah, they got this second charge, and it is shorter than the normal charge, but I think it has a bit more damage, but they are very similar. In general, they are very similar. So yeah, now I have this second one cooldown, and when I charge with archers, I should restore a bit of the cooldown on the second one, if I manage to hit them, yeah. And yeah, cooldown goes down, they get the buff after the charge with more damage and defense, and now when it's done, like when the buff wears out, because it lasts for 10 seconds I think. It's somewhere in the patch notes, it's not really... Where is it? There? Yeah, it is there, 10 seconds. So yeah, how I see it, you can basically get to 2 times the buff. Because you can just charge, if 10 seconds were out, then you do the second charge, and yeah. And that's it. They are not the greatest at charging when they are already fighting, but yeah, it kinda works, and they still get the buff. Okay, let's take a look at men at arms now. Okay, I can just tell you they are very strong right now. So let's start with the cover commander. I already damaged them a bit, as you can see they heal up pretty quickly. And what changed is basically they do charges during the cover commander, which deal a lot of damage. So now they hit for like basic attack is like less than 2000, but they have hits for over 4000. And now they don't have any doctrines, you can deal like a lot more damage with them. And there is already videos which I tested them against various units like Reapers or Onimusha and things like that, and they beat most of the current units, so yeah, very strong. And if you have Mastery Scrolls, then you probably should spend them on them. And yeah, they also knock down enemies. So they have the Veterans, which gives them the Shield Bash, but it's not required for this effect. I think that's the Mastery which causes the knockdown. So when they do the small charge, they actually knock down enemy units. So yeah, if you are wondering which one of these 4 you should spec, for sure the men at arms. And if you want something, I don't know, different, cheaper, maybe Domain Spears, they could be interesting in Silver Era. And the rest, I'm not sure. I don't believe they are worth it. Maybe they gonna change something with Squires, because they are very old right now, at least with this new formation, which you actually get from the Mastery. So maybe they are just bugged and they will be better when the season starts, who knows. But for now, men at arms are the strongest. Okay, and that's it for this video. I will link a Plumpson video because he tested men at arms against many units, so I think you should find it helpful. And yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time.